know.
Okay.
Let me help you with the line.
Yee! It ain't nothing but me. Top boss big nations. Yo, passport bro next door. Nations Village. Let's chop it up at the Barbershop in Santo Domingo. You know the vibes. All right, Nations Village, we're here. We're at Anton's Barbershop. This barbershop is located inside of the community or neighborhood known as Piantini. And you know, for our first few trips, Piantini was our spot. That's where we got dubbed Mr. Piantini Spliffdini. You already know how we do it with the prop and all of that. So yeah, we're at Anton's Barbershop. We got in the chair as soon as we showed up, you know, and shout out to Wifey on the camera job, you know. Best camera gal in the game. So this is from our March trip, March of 25. And yeah, this would have made my third time in Anthony's chair inside of Anton's Barbershop. The first time I went there, I walked from my condo maybe 10, 15 minutes away on foot. So, you know, that's right around the corner for real. That's a nice little walk. So before we chop it up barbershop style, I guess we'll go into the overall experience of, you know, getting a fresh cut in Santo Domingo. The first difference is the price. The haircuts around my way in Alabama right now run you like $25. And that $25, that's just getting you the basics, the cut, the edge up, the beard trim. You know, they will put the razor on you back home and all that stuff too for that 25. And now, you know, with the youngest, they even hitting the enhancements.
How many times have you been here? 5 times. Since the first time I told you here, right?
Yeah, it included every time.
Yeah.
Total 5 times.
En los vídeos a mí me daban 5 horas.
But at Anton's Barbershop in Piantini, Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, you get the full service haircut. This is my wife's first time.
Yeah, I know, because I haven't seen hair before.
And here, that full service haircut that comes with the facial and all of that, it's only running $15, you know? Now, I know in Santo Domingo, they got $4 haircuts, $8 haircuts. You might be able to find a $2 haircut. So I know there are other options.
Oh, it's a thing of basketball? It's a basketball team?
Almost. I need one more.
One more?
One more for
a
basketball team.
That's almost a basketball team. If we're in Chinese, you were in prison with all those babies.
I know, you can only have like one in China.
In Chinese, it's just one.
But you know, us at Nations Village, we are loyal, so we stick to the script.
Have y'all ever been to Jamaica? Jamaica?
Sí, ha sido a Jamaica.
That's where I'm from.
Yeah, you all are from Jamaica. Now, the last week, the news was that in Jamaica, now we don't need visa to travel to Jamaica.
And with Anthony speaking English, it did make for for a smooth transition. You know, the business is a little different over there. I know here in the States, you pay the barber directly once you finish with the haircut. But here at Santo Domingo at Anton's Barbershop, you give the money to the clerk up front, the lady working the front desk. So that's a little different, you know. I don't know how they break it down. Maybe they don't charge them rent like they charge barbers here rent for booths. And Anthony, he's a real cool cat. He's always chopping it up with us, giving us game about the surrounding areas in Santo Domingo, things we may need to check out, may want to check out. And he asking about the fam and everything. So yeah, like I said, this was my third time here at this establishment, and I went with Anthony every time, so it's all good, man. If any of the bruvs ever in Piantini looking for that fresh cut, man, y'all holler at Anthony at Anton's Barbershop for sure.
I really like my country.
Yeah, it is nice.
You like this country?
I like this country.
Imagine if I have all my life living here.
Right. So Anthony is Venezuelan, but he said he's been in Dominican Republic since he was 2 years old. And that just goes to show you, Dominican Republic, it may not be the melting pot that the U.S. is, but there's people from a lot of different places in DR as well.
My father bring me here
When
I was 2 years old.
When you was 2.
Yeah, when I was.
Oh, you been here since you were 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I have 17 years old living in Dominican Republic.
This is your home.
All the thing that I know is about Dominican Republic.
Right. So Anthony's not only my barber, but he's also a part of NationzVillage, a sub, commenter, all the above.
How is go in the channel of YouTube? The YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's going good.
I saw some video. I have watched one video and I saw the 1,000, 2,000 of views.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sure or I'm confused.
I do. And this is what we mean when we say we travel for culture. Here at NationzVillage, it's never about the hookup. It's always about the vibes. It's always about the culture. It's always about, curating and cultivating relationships with the local people that's actually in Santo Domingo, living, working, playing, enjoying themselves, So this is how we vibe. And I got a good cameraman.
Yeah, that's how I have seen that.
Let us reiterate, we do not travel to hook up. Just take this trip, for example. We're there chilling. Wifey's with us the whole time. We just soaking up the game. We soaking up the culture. We sharing the knowledge that we gained on previous trips with wifey. Now that we've navigated the city a few times, we can have confidence when we're out and about in Santo Domingo. And so now we'll chop it up a little bit just to give NationzVillage a insight on the recording style that we choose to present. Is meant to be a bit mysterious. It's meant to be raw, for lack of a better term. It's not much editing going on with our videos, and it's coming from a perspective, a financial position that I feel most people gonna relate to. Because we not balling, and we not e-begging either, so we just kind of middle of the road doing our thing. It's all about the experiences. It's all about the connections.
For me and for my family, this is the best country when you have money.
All right, now before we get back into the barbershop chop up, we got to touch on what Anthony just said right there. He just said that he feels like Dominican Republic is the best country when you have your money right. So I could just imagine having my money right, living in the DR. So hey man, as long as you got a hope, a dream, goals, you good. So our channel, it's a nice mix of information and entertainment, you know. We will never disclose any details about our chefs, tour guides, and concierges. You know, we'll never really go more in depth than what you see on the screen, you know. And it's meant for each viewer to take away whatever perspective, whatever viewpoint that the viewer has, you know. We don't want to limit anybody.
So you like Colombia though?
Yeah, I like it, but more is because my mom lives there.
And here at NationzVillage, we don't judge. You know, we don't call people pookies, or none of that. I don't like participating in that type of stuff. I feel like it is a few too many, maybe, for lack of a better term, bougie travelers. You know, not to over here even the bougie welcome, but I'm just saying, man. I'm at NationzVillage. We not trying to differentiate between this traveler and that traveler. Man, if you're a bruv and you traveling, big ups to you. More life, more respect, for sure. Now, we definitely won't kick it with every bruv, any and every bruv, but we definitely not judging. We do affiliate ourselves with Passport Bros here at NationzVillage. Unapologetically Passport Bros over here on ours, you know. We want to see every traveler enjoy themselves, gain culture, gain experiences. We want to see all content creators continue to stay going up, you know, reach the heights and levels that you meant to.
Yeah, I have known my mom when I was 18 years old, the last year.
That's your.
Yeah, because I had all my life without seeing my mom.
Oh man.
But that's anything. Yeah. I feel good because that's the plan of God.
Right.
Because at the beginning and the end of the day, for us at NationzVillage, traveling is about content, culture, cuisine, and chicas pull up the rear end. Yee, it ain't nothing but me. Hey gang, say gang, if you watching this right now, like the video, drop a comment below, share it with friends, family, and a foe, and tap that subscribe button to become a part of NationzVillage. We stay going up. So yeah, the travel space, it is a relatively small space when we're talking about the huge platform of YouTube. So I do think that our space is so small that we really don't have room to try to divide the haves from the have-nots in the space, the simps from the pimps, you know. Divide and conquer. It just always seemed to be the same tactic, the same routine. You know, now I do understand that as a content creator, it's also about competition. You know, it's about views. It's about clicks. So sometimes you can't take what everybody says online. You know, on YouTube, you can't take it at face value. You know, you do have to understand showmanship. You know, at the beginning and the end of the day, it is a show. YouTube is a show, no matter what type of style that you're using to record. You know, if you're vlogging, you're doing voiceovers, if you creep camming, you know, it still is all a show. So I do understand that, but I think our space is so unique. I think it's so small that, you know, we would do better. We would do better if we unified, you know. I remember maybe a year or more ago, maybe closer to 2 years now, there was buzz in the travel space because some company was talking about doing a show or some type of little Passport Bro reality show or whatever, you know. Now, I would have liked to see that, you know, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad that it hasn't happened. I do think that's something that should happen, but it should happen within our travel space, you know. But shoot, man, we a long ways from that because we still got people. We got creators calling each other pookies and all type of other stuff. We got commenters that really don't understand the perspective of a content creator, you know. At least here, man, you know, it's all left up to the eye of the beholder. It's all left up to the ear of the listener, you know. We just bringing you stories and experiences from our trips to Santo Domingo, you know, and we're really not worried about the next bruh's perspective on how we do things, who we do things with, or what we do, you know. Unapologetically passport bros on ours. I guess we gonna be the Dr. Umar Johnson of the travel space, cause we not taking no prisoners. So we gonna let a little more of this full service, fresh cut from Anthony at Anton's Barbershop roll. While we get on up out of here, we're gonna probably chop this up and make a part two out of it, showing the facial and all that good stuff. But yeah, and until then, Nations Village, y'all stay going up.